We, as NCIC, are concerned by Honorable Rigathi Gachagua's, the former Deputy President, recent remarks, in which he referred to the 2007-2008 post-election violence as a Christmas party. Certainly, these thoughts are not only appalling, but dangerously insensitive to the pain, to the loss, and the trauma suffered by thousands of Kenyans during one of the darkest chapters in our history. Let it be clear, there is nothing festive about the deaths, displacements, and devastation that marked that period. To trivialize such a profound national tragedy is to dishonor the memory of the victims and the resilience of the survivors. Such rhetoric weakens the progress made towards healing, reconciliation, and peace building. The Commission is working closely with the other relevant agencies to hold Rigathi Gachagua responsible and accountable for these reckless utterances. On the same breath, we extend the same warning to all other leaders who have in the past been peddling hateful and insightful utterances. We call on all leaders to exercise utmost responsibility in both their public and private statements. Words have power. They can heal or harm, build or break. Kenya needs leaders who unify, not divide, who speak with empathy and respect, not with carelessness, and contempt. We urge all leaders to rise above divisive politics and commit to issue-based engagement that puts the interest of the nation above personal and ethnic agendas. As we move steadily towards the 2027 general elections, we have observed with deep and growing concern the early signs of political mobilization along ethnic lines. This is a rollback of the democratic gains in the run-up to and after the 2022 elections, which were essentially issue-based. We state this in the clearest and most unequivocal terms. The creation, endorsement, or normalization of ethnically based political parties is not only a flagrant violation of our Constitution, it is a direct assault to the cohesion and unity of the Republic of Kenya. Kenya has paid a heavy price in the past for ethnic polarization in politics. We cannot afford to walk that dangerous path again. Let it be known, NCIC will not stand by as political actors sow scenes of discord and division under the guise of political party formation. We are closely monitoring political narratives, alliances, and rhetoric emerging across the country. Those found to be fanning ethnic tensions by building the so-called political vehicles will be held accountable for any negative socio-political consequences. We call upon all leaders to uphold the principles of inclusivity, national cohesion, and issue-based politics. The future of our democracy does not lie in tribal arithmetic, but in a shared vision for a united, just, and prosperous Kenya. NCIC is committed to safeguarding the integrity of our political space. We urge the public to reject leaders and the parties that seek to divide rather than unite, polarize rather than connect. Together, let us build a Kenya where politics is about policy, not tribe, ideology, not negative ethnicity. We are at a critical juncture in our nation's journey. As we look ahead to the 2027 general elections, warning signs are beginning to emerge, signs of a gathering storm whose fury, if left unchecked, could tear at the very social cohesion fabric, which is the web of relationships, values, norms, and institutions that shape our nation and our society. Across the country, we are witnessing the rise of rhetoric that divides rather than unites, mobilizes along ethnic and regional lines rather than on the basis of ideas and policies. There is a growing tendency to weaponize identity for short-term political gain, risking long-term national cohesion. The public discourse is becoming more toxic. The tone in political rallies, on social media, and in other forums is increasingly characterized by hostility, misinformation, disinformation, and incitement. This climate of suspicion and antagonism is eroding trust between communities, between citizens and institutions, and even within families and neighborhoods. We must be honest with ourselves. The seeds of disintegration are being sown. In addition, if we do not act decisively and collectively, we may find ourselves confronting a crisis not of the ballot box, but a crisis of our very sense of nationhood.